So it is currently about 5 AM here in the UK, and I'm about to board a flight to France because today I'm going to be travelling to Paris for croissants. And as usual, I'm going to do it all in one day. So my flight leaves in a couple of hours to Paris, and my flight back is later on tonight. So I only have a limited amount of time to find the best croissants, try them out, and make it back in time for my flight. So will I succeed, or will I miss my flight and be stranded in France? Let's head to Paris and find out. So today I'm flying with Easyjet, which you can see the desk behind me. I've already checked in online, so it saves me having to queue up and wait. And that means I can head straight through security. Security might be a long one. Right, security all done. Let me tell you a bit more about my flights. So today I'm flying from Manchester Airport. My flight leaves at 7 AM and gets into Paris at 9:30. My flight out of Paris is 10:30 tonight. So it means I've got about 12-13 hours in Paris. So if all goes to plan, I should be able to try croissants and maybe some other French foods. But I'll decide that when I get there. I think I might skip browsing duty free today and just head straight to my gate. Okay, so it looks like the gate has come up on my flight, gate 25, and we're already boarding. Let's make our way to the gate. Gates 22 to 32. I think it's this way. Gate 25. The queue is massive. Let's queue up. Before I board, that's a pretty cool view. That's my plane. I don't know if you can see. You can even see the pilots sit in the cockpit. I've made it on board. Let's head to Paris. Thank you.
Thank you, bye now.
And we have arrived in France. And we have landed. So that flight was about 20 minutes early. surprisingly, which is a lot different from my previous flights, which were delayed and late. So that all means that I get more time in Paris. So the total cost of that flight, it was expensive, it was £71. But my flight back is a little cheaper and it's with a different airline. Plus it's from the other airport in Paris. So I've landed at Charles de Gaulle, but my flight back is from the other airport, which I think is called Paris Beauvais Airport. Right, so the plan is head to the centre of Paris, ask a local person where I can find the best croissant, try out their recommendation, and because I've got so much time, I can try out some other French food as well. But first, we need to get to the centre of Paris. I think there's a train that goes there, so let's go find out where we can buy a ticket and where we get that from. So there is a sign that says trains, so I think it must be this way. We're heading in the right direction. Okay, so I asked someone who works here at the airport and they told me it's about a 10-minute walk to the train station, and that's where I can buy a ticket from as well. So let's make our way there. I really hope this is not the line for train tickets. You know what? I think it is. You know, when I said I have plenty of time to spend in the centre of Paris, I think I spoke too soon, because I'm not quite sure if that's true anymore. Right, I'm going to join the end of this line. Hopefully it won't take too long, because if it does, it might turn into another staying in the airport all day video. That took an absolute age. I was probably waiting over an hour to buy a ticket, but I finally managed to do it and I'm on the train. And I finally made it into the centre of Paris. I got off at a stop called Donver Rochereau. Let's head outside and begin our search for the best croissant in Paris. Don't worry, I managed to get through the gate in the end. I thought it would automatically open, but it doesn't. You have to push it open. Now, which exit do I choose? I think I'm going to go with this one. You know what? I'm not quite sure if this is an exit. It might just be another line. is this just another line that I'm heading to? Yes, it is. Right, let's head back and see if we can find a proper exit. Okay, so emergency exit. I guess this kind of is a bit of an emergency because I can't find my way out. And we've got stairs that go up. So I'm hoping these stairs go up and to the way out. No, they don't. They go up and then down again. And that's another line. How do I escape this place? I'm kind of stuck in this train station and I can't find my way out. Is it this way? I seem to be just going round in circles because that's the exit that I went up before. Okay, I'm beginning to think this train station does not have an exit because I've been walking around all of these tunnels and they all just lead into each other. I mean, who builds a train station without an exit? Okay, I think what I'm going to do is just get on one of these trains, go one stop, get off at that train station, and then hopefully there'll be an exit there. Because if not, I mean, I've spent one video stuck in an airport the whole time. I don't want this video to be me stuck in an underground train station for the whole time too. Right, I've got off at a station called Raspail. Let's see if this one has an exit. I think we might be in luck. That looks like an exit. Let's hurry up and get out before we end up being trapped in here. Okay, so for the second time, I've arrived in the centre of Paris. Now let's begin our hunt for the best croissant. Okay, so the plan is to go into a shop, ask a local person where I can find the best croissant and go and try their recommendation. Because the local person is probably going to have the best knowledge of Paris. I'm going to attempt to ask the person in French. So I've Google translated the phrase, where can I find the best croissant? So hopefully when I say it in French, the person will understand what I mean. Right, let's try in here. A little convenience store called Express. Let's see if they know where I can find the best croissant. Bonjour. Où peux-je trouver le meilleur croissant?
Les meilleurs croissants. I don't know.
No.
Oh, je peux trouver le meilleur croissant. I don't know. Not here.
No. Okay.
In the boulangerie.
Okay, so that was semi-successful. The place that they recommended at the convenience store is around here somewhere. Apparently it's near a metro station. I tried to ask them the name, but for some reason I don't think they knew. So I'm just going to look for a place around here. Hopefully it's the right one. Okay, so this is the metro station that they were talking about, but can't seem to find any bakery cafe places that sell croissants. I'm gonna have a look around and see if I can find it, or maybe ask someone else around here. Okay, so there are some police officers there. Do I dare ask them, or will I get arrested? Let's try it. Bonjour. Bonjour.
Puis-je trouver le meilleur croissant? Ah, alors là, le meilleur croissant.
Yeah.
Attends, le meilleur. Non, je sais où il va trouver. Oh. Oui, you take this way. You follow. You go
Okay.
to the boulangerie Caron.
Caron. Okay.
Caron.
You take this way, straight way.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
have a first light. Okay.
First light.
You pass.
Light.
Okay.
After second light on the left.
On the left, the other
Next
side.
street, you have very good quality.
Quality, the best.
So those police officers were actually really helpful. They recommended a place just up the street which is supposed to be the best in Paris, and even the French president gets his croissants from there. So let's make our way to this great bakery place. Right, I think this is the place that they recommended, but would you believe my luck? It's closed. The very day that I come to Paris to try the best croissants, and the best place in the city is closed. I'm not sure what it says on the sign there, but I'm presuming it's the opening times, and today is closed. Right, I've managed to find another bakery just down the street, and I'm going to say by osmosis this place is good as well. So let's head in here and get a croissant from this place. Okay, mission successful. I've bought the croissants, plus I bought a pain au chocolat as well. Let's go try them out. Okay, so first taste of French croissant. Here it goes. That is really nice. The outside is crispy and flaky. There's a good, strong, baked, buttery flavour. Crispy as well. The inside is soft and airy, and again has a nice strong buttery flavour. So an overall great croissant. Next up, let's try the pain au chocolat. Again, that's delicious. The outside really flaky again. In fact, this is probably the best pain au chocolat I've ever had. The outside seems to have more layers and is more flakier than any pain au chocolat I've had before. The inside has a great chocolatey flavour as well, and is soft and buttery. So overall, again, a great pain au chocolat. I think this is better than the croissant though. This is delicious. As good as they both were, I think I fancy something a little more substantial. So let's go see if we can find a cafe or restaurant and try some proper French food. I think I'm going to head in here, Le Piquet. Okay, I'm all seated and I've decided to sit outside just so I can soak up the atmosphere. So this is the menu. There's quite a few things on it, but I think for me, I'm going to go with steak frites And I want to go with this one. Right, so my meal has arrived and this looks delicious. Let me show you exactly what I ordered. So we have the steak. It's not the biggest piece, but it does look to be cooked pretty well. Got a nice big portion of chips, salad on the side, some blue cheese sauce, and then some bread to mop up the sauce and the meat juices. Let's dig in. Okay, so the first thing I need to try are the chips. Now check these out. Really thin, but they are crispy. These are 3 stuck together, which makes it a huge bite, and I can't wait to eat it. So let's do it. As good as these chips are, they're just asking to be dipped in the blue cheese sauce. And I can't wait for this bite. This is going to be amazing. Check that out. Chips with blue cheese sauce. Delicious. That cheese sauce is surprisingly really cheesy, salty, creamy, really nice flavour, and goes perfectly well with the chips. Now let's go in for some of the steak next. Now this looks even better than the chips and blue cheese sauce. Check this out. I ordered it medium, so still a little bit pink in the middle, but I've got a massive piece here, and this is delicious already, I can tell. Let's eat it. So that steak is lovely and tender and soft, really juicy. It juices in your mouth as you chew. You get a really nice beefy flavour. The outside is slightly crisp, which gives it a nice charring flavour. The charring of the meat is the best bit, and this is done perfectly. Now let's go in for the ultimate combo bite of this meal. Steak, chips and blue cheese sauce. That looks incredible. What an amazing meal that was. And I'm not just saying it because I'm here, but I think that was the best steak and fries I've ever had. Everything was on point. There wasn't any part of that meal that let it down. Okay, it's nearly time that I start heading back to the airport, but there's one thing I need to do whilst I'm in Paris before I leave. And I think you know what that is. The Eiffel Tower. Let's see if we can head closer to it and get a view from underneath. This is going to be a bit strange to say, but the closer you get, the bigger it seems. I am now literally under the Eiffel Tower. Okay, so when you're standing under it, it really does look massive. It doesn't look that big when you're far away, but when you get close up, it's huge. Okay, so Eiffel Tower checked off the list. We can now start heading to the airport to head back to the UK. So as mentioned, the airport that I'm leaving from is Paris-Beauvais, which is not as easy to get to as Charles de Gaulle. So you can either get a bus which goes all the way there non-stop, but the bus stop is far away, or you can get a train part of the way there and a taxi the full way. I do have a bit of time available, so I've opted for the bus, which means the bus stop or the bus station that I get the bus from is probably about an hour's walk from here. But I've got the time to kill, so why not? And because I'm walking, I get to check out some of the scenery and soak up the atmosphere of Paris as well. I don't know if I mentioned where I was heading to, but the place that I'm getting the bus from is called Port Maillot. Apparently that's the location that all the buses depart from that go to Paris Beauvais Airport. There's loads of companies that run shuttle buses. I booked a ticket for one and apparently it leaves every 15 minutes. One thing I've noticed about the cafes and restaurants here in Paris is that they all have outdoor seating, like this one. Okay, so it looks like I'm at the right place. I'm guessing one of these is my bus. Okay, so the way this works is you can just get on the next bus that leaves. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Right, I've made it on board. Let's head to the airport.
Et pourtant ici, à Marseille, il y a beaucoup d'anciens footballeurs qui vont porter la flamme. Parce que d'une certaine manière,
So I'm flying back with Ryanair. I think Ryanair flies from Terminal 1 from this airport, which should just be over there. Well, what do you know? My flight is delayed. It's supposed to depart at 10:40. It's delayed to 11. And it looks like quite a few other flights are delayed as well. I think I'm just going to go through security and hang around until my flight boards. Maybe check out duty free as well. So Beauvais Airport is not a big one. In fact, it's tiny. It only has 5 gates. And this is the whole departure area. As you can see, it's absolutely packed. I think I'm going to sack off exploring this duty free because you basically saw all of it in my last clip. And we're finally boarding. Getting on a plane at night is pretty cool, especially when you get to go on by the stairs, so you get to see the whole plane.
Allocated seats as shown on your boarding card. We kindly ask you to only take large suitcases in the overhead lockers.
helping anyone else. The life jackets are stowed in a pocket beneath your seat or in the panel above your head.
If it's needed, remove the jacket from its packet and place it over your head.
And we're back in the UK. Last shot of the plane before I go in. Check that out. In the end, the flight only ended up being delayed about half an hour, so it wasn't too bad. It could have been a lot worse. The total cost of that flight was £52. And just to tie up some loose ends, I don't think I gave you the prices of everything that I paid for today. So I'll give you a rundown just so you know how much I spent. So the flight out to Paris was £71. The train from Charles de Gaulle into the centre of Paris was €11.50. The croissant with pain au chocolat was €2.55. The steak, frites and coke was €27.50. And then the flight back was £52. Plus the odd euro here and there for a bottle of water. I'm not sure if I can call it a successful challenge though, because the place that was recommended to me by the police officers for the best croissant in Paris was closed. I guess that means I'll just have to come back and try it another time. Just my luck, the day that I choose to fly out to Paris to try the best croissants, the place that has the best croissants is closed. It's been a great day, but really long. I was at this airport this morning at 5 AM. I woke up at 2:30. It's now about 11:30 going on 12, and I still have over an hour drive to get back home. So if you like the video and the effort to make it and you want to see more, click on the like button below and click on subscribe to come along for the next food journey, and I'll see you there.